Minnesota Vikings are already very well positioned for the 2021 NFL Draft with 3 additional mid-round choices through trades, as well as being in very decent shape for compensatory picks as well. Notably, probably going to get a 3rd rounder in there. It's always great, right? But, of course, Spielman just loves his picks, right? As well as if you want to play 4D chess here, the fact that the salary cap may go down in 2021, maybe the Vikings were planning ahead, hence why they had 15 draft picks this year, going to have probably 10 plus next year at least. So, I don't know, maybe it doesn't make sense for the cap situation, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. But why not bolster up that draft war chest even further and also give some flexibility if you want to move all the way up, right? And sending a player at a position of abundance to a team who suddenly has a major ass need. A proposal: trade running back Ameer Abdullah to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 4th round pick. Let's get it down. Let's talk about it. So the Vikings are loaded at running back. They want to be a run-first team. Obviously, it helps to have a great stable of running backs. You got Dalvin Cook, who is an emerging superstar. You have Alexander Madison, who is damn fine heading into year 2, as well as you have Mike Boone, who started a couple games last year, averaged 5.6 yards per carry. Stud. Absolute stud. As well as I'm intrigued by Tony Brooks-James. He was a UDFA out of Oregon last year. Had a cup of coffee with the Falcons, bounced around for a little bit. Just in terms of like the scat back receiver, could also do a little something in the return game. He does have some skill overlap with Ameer Abdullah. Now, the Chiefs have that need at running back because starter Damon Williams opted out of the season due to COVID-19 concerns. And yes, they do have 1st-round pick Clyde Edwards-Hellaire coming out of LSU, great receiving running back. But the depth behind the rookie, pretty dubious. You got Eli McGuire, who I believe is out of Louisiana, former Jet, Darwin Thompson, DeAndre Washington, the former Raider, as well as Darrell Williams, the 2018 UDFA out of LSU. That's it. So you're telling me that Andy Reid, Super Bowl champion, Hawaiian shirt, cheeseburger the size of your head, he's going to trust the additional leaking out of the backfield option, as well as pass protection of the $500 million man Patrick Mahomes to a rookie and a bunch of slappies that no one's ever heard of. Really? Nah. So Ameer Abdullah enters into the picture here. A 2nd-round pick by the Lions in 2015, was a star for the Nebraska Cornhuskers for a number of years, which also would play well in Kansas City, Missouri, since that part of the state does have a ton of Husker fans. So it's like, well, maybe the Chiefs fans are only Huskers fans because they want to be lazy. It's just like, what are we going to do this weekend? We'll just wear red. And then didn't work out with the Lions. Vikings decided to scoop him up off of waivers 2018 after the Lions punted on him. And also he resigned last year as well as this season. And he's been a receiving back, return man as a running back 4. Pretty firmly behind Mike Boone in terms of the pecking order at running back, but did have 15 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown last year. And also, notably, the touchdown was against the Chiefs. So don't discount a player doing well versus an opposing team, and that opposing team suddenly having interest. Because one, it resonates with the coaching staff because he did that against us, as well as the pro personnel director. When they're scouting tape, where do you think they start? They start with their opponents of that season. It's like when Mike Wallace scored 2 touchdowns against the Vikings in 2014 when he was with the Dolphins, and all of a sudden the Vikings traded for him this offseason. Because Rick Spielman, watching that game down there with the bino, was like, he's pretty good. Lasted 1 year. Let's get out of here with Mike Wallace. But Andy Reid also, throughout his history, has loved him some receiving running backs because he doesn't like running the ball. I mean, that's been the hallmark of Andy Reid forever, right? You look at Brian Westbrook, you look at Shady in Philly. Ameer Abdullah is that in spades. He is a great receiver out of the backfield, as well as he's an extremely competent pass blocker as well. So Spielman and Chiefs GM Brett Veach, they have done some business before. I remember last offseason, before the 53-man rosters, Spielman sent a 7th-round pick to the Chiefs for UDFA Clemson cornerback Mark Fields, who had caught on with the Chiefs. And you know how Spielman doesn't like parting with his 7th-round pick, so that was monumental. That's basically the Bradford deal when it comes to Spielman parting ways with a 7th-round pick. So why not a 4th rounder for Ameer Abdullah? Come on, Veach. You're so confident in your team's defending Super Bowl champions, it's going to be a late fourth rounder anyway. And also, you look at recent running back trades. I mean, Carlos Hyde, when he went from the Browns to the Jaguars, he was dealt for a fifth rounder a couple years ago. Kenyon Drake, going from the Dolphins to the Cardinals, was swapped for a conditional pick to end up being a fifth rounder last year as well. I mean, Ameer Abdullah is better than both of those fools. So your fourth rounder, like we said, is basically a fifth rounder anyways. Why not? Or just to sweeten the deal, maybe we'll throw in a seventh just to show how important this is. I mean, how much Rick Spielman believes in this deal. He will give up one of his coveted, beloved seventh-round picks. Yeah, okay. And also, I mean, it basically give the Vikings a monopoly on fourth rounders because that will give them 4 fourth-round picks because they got their own. They got the Bears. They got the Bills from the Stephon Diggs trade, and then they would have the Chiefs fourth from the Abdullah trade. So I say, why the hell not? In a case of win-win for both sides, it does make sense. And yes, it would stink to give away Abdullah, even though, yes, he is the running back 4. Yes, it is clearly Dalvin, Madison, Mike Boone, and then Ameer Abdullah's 4. I like Tony Brooks-James as well as KJ Osborne could certainly suck up a lot of that return duty. So I think it makes sense for all parties involved. And then Spielman will have just all the picks forever. But your thoughts? Trade Ameer Abdullah to the Chiefs? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.